If someone's here tonight and they want to learn more, how can they follow what you're doing
Yes,
with
ma'am.
Arkansas Against?
We have two great sites. One's on Facebook, and if you just go into Facebook and type in the search bar, Arkansas Against Common Core, it will come up. We've got a lot of great information there. We have an email list that you can get to from that as well. And then we have a website that's just called ArkansasAgainstCommonCore.com. Our calendar's out there. We are going all over the state. We have tons of information. And by the way, this is not just what we think. We have factual backup on every single item. We have videos of these people in their own words saying exactly what they intend to do to us. We have signed agreements from the state. This is not just conjecture. It's just not what we think. It is factual. And all of that resides on that website. We also have bookmarks. If you want to have some bookmarks to hand out to friends that have, condensed talking points about the main points that that you need to be aware of, we have those as well. And so,
Right. May I get a picture of you and Curtis together?
yeah, I'd be proud for that.
Does anyone else have any other questions?
What do the teachers' unions think about this? Thank you.
Teachers unions. Well, to my great surprise, the teachers unions so far have been fairly silent about this here in Arkansas. On a national level, they've also been fairly quiet as well. Now, in some states like New York, where they are pushing back strongly, New York, in fact, and Indiana have just taken a 3-year moratorium where they're not going to keep implementing it, they're not going to spend any more money on it, they're not going to do any more testing, but it's not totally eradicated from their state. They're just taking a 3-year hiatus, and that's what we were trying to do in this fiscal session, so we got shot down, but we're gonna win it next year. From January 15th. But because, that's another thing I didn't even mention, the teacher evaluations are tied to these assessments that the children are taking. Okay? And so that's all they're doing is teaching to the test, because they're going to be either hired, fired, or paid based on those. Okay? And I've got some other thoughts about that, but the teachers should be jumping up and screaming up and down, no, we're not going to accept this. But I guess one of the problems is the Department of Education, as best as I can tell, absolutely kept all these districts in the dark. They did not know what was hitting them. When I went to my second grader's principal and I started asking her about these things, she didn't know what Common Core was. This was last year. This year, I said, well, what do you think about the PARCC testing? She didn't know what in the world I was talking about. Yeah. I went back to her 3 months later, and I said, well, so what's going on? She said, yeah, well, we're getting ready to go, full bore into these PARCC tests. And she said, I'm overwhelmed. I don't like what I'm seeing. I'm 55, and I'm seriously considering that this will be my last year, because this is absolutely not right what we're doing to our kids. And she's a godly, good Christian woman and great leader. She knows all 600 kids by first name. We need people like that in that sort of position, and she's probably going to get out because she said all I do is deal in red tape, and I can't do what I was put here to do. And so the teachers are most of them are either A, uninformed, or they're B, they are being bullied. The superintendents are saying, if you speak out, you do so at your own peril, because you will likely lose your job. And so, and of course, it starts in the Department of Education, and it filters all the way down. And so that's why, even though I've put my kids in private school and I feel a little bit insulated for this just for now, that's why I'm staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning researching all this stuff. And that's why I'm going all over the state trying to educate people who either A, don't know about it, or B, don't have the resources to do what I've done. Because I'm fighting for every child, not just my own, just like Curtis Coleman is. Thank you.
Thank you.